Welcome guys, welcome back to the channel. Um, this video is not a daily video. Oh, it's a daily video, but it's just gonna be about Dybala, um, which is kind of a weird topic at the moment. Like it even got weirder on game day with um, Romeo speaking up and Dybala speaking up on the field and off the pitch. It was a kind of weird situation, a situation that could have been avoided way back, but we created this as a club. But we'll talk about that. So before uh, watching further, basically like the video and subscribe to the channel, and then we will go into the news. I will just read everything out first. No, I'll read first Romeo's quote out. And Romeo said, in the last meeting between the parties in December, Dybala's entourage was asked to postpone the signing until February for bureaucratic reasons. All this after the January market. As of today, nothing different has been proposed to Dybala's entourage with respect to what was agreed in October. No lower offer, no change to the conditions agreed in October. As planned, Antun is expected in Turin at the beginning of February. And then he also said for Dybala and his entourage, the priority was and remains Juventus, precisely because of the agreement reached in October. Now, first we will basically delve into that. We heard about Dybala will sign a new deal the first time in the summer. I think it was mid-August, something like that. Same time the Quadrado news came out that he was going to sign a new deal and all those things. And it just dragged on. Like every month we heard, it's gonna be announced in September. It's gonna be announced in October, before Christmas, after Christmas. Like it kept moving, and we all said at the time, not me, just many people said at the time, this is very strange. Like it's not normal. If it's done, it's done. The bureaucratic issues, maybe, yeah, there will be some bureaucratic issues with his agent, but I don't think that's the main reason. And why will I say that? Because there's so many rumors from good sources. Di Marzio Romano saying there's more at stake, and you can feel there's more at stake than just bureaucratic reasons. It's about money, which is weird because you gave him on paper a new deal, and then you're basically um, saying we want to change that deal, which is kind of weird as a club. Um, Very strange because you agreed terms basically a few months earlier in October. Let's say in October. So what if you signed the deal? Then you're stuck with him because you made a bad uh, financial decision. That really is a weird situation um, in itself. Now, um, so that's what Romeo basically saying. So Romeo is basically saying it's all done, quote unquote. It's just waiting on bureaucratic issues with his agent to be resolved, and then basically the deal will be signed. There were rumors that he was looking at other teams, and Romeo is basically saying no, all those things. Now this doesn't really correlate with the words Arrivabene said in pre-games and many pre-games where he basically said um, he needs to prove himself and stuff like that. So that's not done. Like it's not done. And yesterday, I don't say it kind of exploded, but Dybala made it clear that it's just not about bureaucratic issues. It isn't, and we will get into Dybala's post-game quote, but it started with on the field. So he scored that goal, and he stared down, you know who, the management. Now he was like, I was shocked when he did that. I didn't expect he would have done anything like that. It's nothing bad, but just like it was just out of nowhere. Also because the rumors were that it's just bureaucratic issues, and then if you score and you do that, then there's more at stake. And he was asked about it, and he said, "My celebration, I invited a friend and couldn't find him. There were so many people up there. Contract. There was a lot of news. A lot of things happened. I prefer not to talk." Well, he's a bad liar. Like there was no friend. Like we know what he was doing. The look Like you don't look like that. Your face doesn't look like that when you're just trying to greet a friend. Like that's not true. Um, so we know what was going on. Then he also went on saying the club has decided to move the renewal talks to February, March. I don't know. I have nothing to prove to anyone. I'm at the coach's disposal and do what he's asked me to do. Now, those are strong words. Like you can maybe the words doesn't really do justice to what he said, but if you watch the interview, he was very calm and he basically was not arrogant, like in a good way arrogant, saying it's up to you now. You drove this situation up to this point, like trying to sell me to Tottenham, United for the Lukaku thing, um, and now you stalled this contract talk for 2 years now, and now in the final year you're still stalling it. It's still not done. All those things. So I get why he's frustrated, but those are strong words. He's basically saying, "Hey, fans, media, I don't know, just ask the club." Like that's what I get from it. He's basically saying it's done, but the club decided to undo it basically, or to postpone things or to rethink things and stuff like that. And it's a weird situation because we heard so many times that he is the face of the team, face of the future, and everybody had his own opinion about it. But that's what was coming out from the club, and then you use stuff like this. Romeo also said that the Quadrado talks are also stalled until February. But forget about Quadrado, just Dybala, the Arriva Bene quotes, um pre-Roma game, pre-Inter game were very strong, basically saying he needs to prove himself. That was a weird statement to make publicly, basically. That's really weird. But he did that. And Dybala, you can feel he's getting frustrating. Because maybe yeah, because it's not done. But I think also mainly because there's so many talks in the media among fans, and I mean, as a fan, as a player, you see all those things, and you can get frustrating when fake things are being reported, or fake things are being reported, and fans believe that, and they go off, they go after you and stuff like that. So I get that. I get that completely. Um, but the situation is just it's just weird. Like it doesn't really make it doesn't make sense. I know people will ask in the comments, would you give him 10 million euros? Do we have an option? Like let's be real. Um, yeah, we may not have the money. I get that, but he's gonna leave on a free, and we have no money to replace that caliber of player. Is he worth the 10 million? I don't think so. Mainly not because of his talent, but because of his availability. Like if you look up his numbers in Serie A the last couple of years, like that doesn't look like. Don't forget games. Don't look at games. Look at minutes, and that's not really fantastic. Let's be real. Like it's not awful. It's not Ramsey, but it's not, how do you want to say it, star player. I'm gonna drag this team over the line, if you know what I mean. And my main problem is with him is that he's all, if it's luck, it's unlucky. I don't know, but he misses big games, especially in Champions League games, and that's frustrating to me. But he's a free agent. We have no money. You're either gonna pay him the money, or you're gonna go onto the market and try to replace him with barely no money. So it's up to the club now. But it's not done. Like if it was done, the club could have said, like Arriva Bene wouldn't have said he needs to prove him stuff like that, and things like that. That he needs to prove himself. That agents don't really care and all those things. Like if it was done, Arriva Bene wouldn't have said those things, and Dybala wouldn't have come out with those things. He also said basically, we played a good game. We must try to give continuity after we score a goal, because many times that happens that we score a goal and we start defending more and not attacking, being more afraid to play. That mustn't happen. We must try to work on that. Like people were saying, it was calling shots. I agree with him. I think we all kind of agree with him. But yeah, like he was very openly yesterday when he spoke. and people were saying, that's a sign that he's leaving and he's just speaking up now. I don't know. The league did the same thing, but I said that many times about the league or just Dutch people in general, the players, they just say what they think. They don't have a filter, and I like that. But yeah, the situation is not it's not healthy. It isn't. But we created it, so let's see now. It's a very weird situation. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Is it done? Will it get done? Would you pay him the money? Can we replace him? And with what player is going to come in and replace him and be realistic for once? But yeah, let me know in the comment, and we will see you in the next one.